Thank you. That was beautiful. So Rebecca Abraxas is our musician today, and Penny Ware is bringing a prayer for us, our chaplain today. If you have a prayer request, you can fill out the form in the back of your chair, put it in the prayer box, and all the chaplains will pray on it. And then it goes to Silent Unity, and Silent Unity prays on it for another 30 days. So you will be all prayed up if you'd like to do that. So I'm Lori Smith. I'm the spiritual leader here at Unity on the Avenue, and I just want to welcome all of you because you are our spiritual community, and your energy and your love that you bring to this spiritual center on Sunday or any of our classes really makes our community special. So I want to thank you for being here today. You can join me with our statement of faith. There is only one power and one presence in the universe and in my life, God, the good, omnipotent.
Surely the presence of love is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of love is in this place.
Good morning. Let's just take a moment to get settled in our space here and just go into that feeling of the presence here and now. We just let our minds go adrift as we think about the presence of God and what that means to you. At this time, I call on the power of my imagination to create a beautiful, peaceful, and compassionate word. Our words, our thoughts, create. As we think about the presence of God and the Christ within, it is our hope of glory to glorify God through a meaningful existence, our existence, the presence of the divine that is within us is a source of all our creative ideas to create hope and have optimism, that creation that flows within us. It is our natural state to embody the joy, compassion, and unwavering optimism. My path is illuminated by the radiant light of my imagination, dispelling any shadow of doubt and fear. Every challenge that I may encounter, all the stuff that's happening, it's just merely experiences for us to grow. It's an opportunity, a testament to transform and to be creative in our ideas and our approach to solving the problems of this world. I am creative in my solutions that begin in my mind with the thoughts that I have about the world, and my heart resonates with the truth that everything, regardless of the appearances, is unfolding for the highest good and the most positive possibilities. I keep that in my mind as I think about all of these ideas that come to me and how I can be what the world needs me to be. I do what is mine to do. I give thanks. I give thanks that in this presence and the power of God, that I am empowered to move forward with courage and unwavering faith, because I know that my thoughts are important. And I accept the truth with an open heart and with a joyful spirit, knowing that my thoughts and beliefs are shaping the reality. And I am part of that exciting, creative adventure that goes forth to heal this world. And I give thanks that I have been entrusted with this power, the power of my mind, the power of my thinking, the power of my heart, the power of my imagination to make it happen. And so it is. And so it is. Amen.
There is a guidance that we all have. It comes with emotions, with feelings that stab. Each time they feel heavy and it hurts to the core, there is a voice that opens the next door. Free to see another way, free to choose what I think and say. So rise up, rise up, rise up today. Small steps have the power to bring me higher. Between love and fear, become a live wire. Pain over and over keeps me in a dark corner. Thoughts that give relief move me forward. Free to see another way, free to choose what I think and say. So rise up, rise up, rise up today. I'm free, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. It's all expressed through me. Free to see another way, free to choose what I think and say. So rise up, rise up, rise up today. Let spirit have its way with me. Let me hand over my trust. What if what I think and say is the way I have to pray? Free to see another way, free to choose what I think and say. So rise up, rise up, rise up today. I'm free, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. And it's all expressed through me. Free to see another way, free to choose what I think and say. So rise up, rise up, rise up today.
Lots of energy. So I have a little story for you today. A preacher was completing a temperance sermon, and he was just so excited about this topic. He wanted to really stress the importance of practicing self-control around alcohol. So he says with great expression, if I had all the beer in the world, I would throw it in the river. In fact, if I had all the wine in the world, I would just throw it in the river. And finally he says, and if I had all the whiskey in the world, I would throw it in the river. And then he sat down, and the song leader stood up very cautiously and announces with a smile, for our closing song, let us sing hymn number 365, Shall We Gather at the River? So today we're going to talk about divine expression through sacred creation. Creativity is not just an expression, it's a profound journey that connects us with the deeper realms of our very being. Creativity serves as a spiritual path, guiding us through self-discovery and connection to the universe. Inspired by our 5 unity principles, we'll explore today the sacred relationship between the creation process and our inner spirit. I love a quote by Brené Brown. She says, "Creativity is the way I share my soul with the world." We are the expression of divine spirit in this world, and we radiate divine creative power. We create our unity community with our loving thoughts and the kind words that we say to each other, the nice things that we do for each other to support and encourage us. We create our environment here so that when we come together to pray, to learn together, to speak our faith, and we have artwork on our walls. These beautiful photographs were taken at Unity Village for us to enjoy. We make the prayer box available and prayer requests to hold everyone in our highest consciousness, creating a place of safety. We create a Sunday service with words that remind us of our true nature. Songs created by musicians, prayers created by chaplains that bring us to that sacred place of love and light. So today we'll talk about the spiritual journey towards reclaiming and expressing more creativity in our daily lives. Ellen Davenport, in her book, The 5 Principles, states, Principle 1 is God is absolute good, everywhere present. Divine Spirit is the creative force from behind sweeping galaxies to infinitesimal life forms and perfect seasonal cycles, mind-blowing beauty in our nature, and pure potential as the oak tree and the acorn. Divine Spirit is the love, the creativity, the wisdom that human beings express. We are one with Spirit. We are not separate. We are immersed in the divine. Apostle Paul said, we live and move and have our being in spirit. And in oneness, spirit lives and moves and has expression in us. We are like fish in water, unaware of the sustaining force in which we exist. Spirit is the energy within all creation. Divine Spirit, creator of the universe, is present in and all around us. The beauty of the sunset, the smile of a child, the sounds of the ocean, the purr of your cat, hugs from your family, helping hand of a neighbor. It is the oneness of all, and we have reverence for all that Divine Spirit has created. In fact, each one of us is an awe-inspiring creation of Spirit, uniquely designed to create. There has never been anyone like you, nor will there ever be. Your gifts in the world are so very special because they come from your heart and your soul. All that we create emanates from the light that is within us. Spirit is the source of our creative expression in our daily lives. So what image comes to you or in your mind when you think of Divine Spirit at work in the world? Just think about that for a moment. What image comes to you when you think of Divine Spirit at work in this world. And whatever image comes to you, that know that the Spirit is the source of our creativity. Unity's co-founder Charles Fillmore wrote, "Let us all know that just now we are in the very presence of creative mind, the mind that made the universe and everything in it. This mind is here and at work right now, as much as it ever was or ever will be. When we fully realize this, we increase the activity of mind or divine spirit in us immeasurably." Greg Robertson's artistic journey began with theater lighting, set design, and directing. And after traveling to attend school, he experienced the amazing scriptures in Italy, which transformed his life. When he returned home, he began working with stone, and it ignited something within him. He began shaping and molding the stone with tools. He said, it was so creatively different for me that it took me over. Stone carving was a journey that taught him things artistically that he had never thought about before. Greg created fountains from petrified wood that was over 200 million years old, from a forest of trees that were once alive. He has attempted to understand form as a feeling. A form can be natural or sculpted or both. Form needs texture, line, and balance to create that just right emotion for himself and others. What he loved most about physical art is that every individual has a different emotion about every piece of art. A piece of art can be disliked by many, but yet just life-saving for another person. He takes an individual stone, he lets it speak to him, and he tries to sculpt and create that emotion. He then presents his artwork that tells its story and possibly sparks the feeling in another being. Greg hopes that each piece will find the one person in which that piece speaks to them. So how do we see Spirit in our own personal lives? Divine Spirit has created you and sustains you. The greater your awareness is of Spirit in your life, the more appreciation you will have for your true nature. Knowing this truth that Spirit is the source of our creativity can inspire us to express the more of Divine Spirit in our lives. Our second principle is that human beings have a spark of divinity within them, the Christ Spirit within, and their very essence is of God, and therefore they are also inherently good. This divine essence was fully expressed in Jesus, the same Christ presence and potential within each one of us. It's our resource for our creative thoughts and ideas. And with spiritual vision, we see beyond physical features to the true essence that lies within. Each of us discovers the truly loving person that we are. We are unique and wonderful in our own special way, with our own gifts for the world. Looking at the people that surround us during our day, we also see the beauty and the wonder of Divine Spirit within each of them. An old abandoned temple in Thailand contained a large golden stucco Buddha, and the officials were not sure what to do with it. It was decided to move it to a smaller temple close by, but there was no building to hold the statue. So it remained outside under a tin roof for about 20 years. And in 1955, the monks had a building constructed to place the statue inside. While moving the Buddha, the crane's cables broke and the Buddha fell to the ground. And then a storm broke out and rain was pouring down. So the head monk covered the sacred Buddha with a tarp just to protect it from the rain. Later, he returned to check on the Buddha, and in wiping away the mud, he noticed a crack. And so as he wiped away the mud, he saw a gold medal underneath. A massive golden Buddha statue was discovered under the stucco. Historians believe that many centuries ago, the Burmese army were believed to plan an invasion into Thailand, and the monks had covered the Buddha with a layer of stucco just to protect it. We are similar to that clay Buddha with an outer shell or mask we create out of fear of maybe not being accepted by others, and yet underneath each of us is a golden essence, which is our real self. Revealing our true selves may evoke a feeling of vulnerability, yet when we open up and relate authentically, we are able to form deeper connections with others and a greater sense of self-acceptance. Christ is spirit individualized in each of us. It is the name of the divinity within us. It has existed since the beginning of time. It is the highest degree of spiritual potential. The real you is the Christ self, your spirit, the kingdom of God within you. Jesus was so highly evolved that he became the perfect example of the divine potential in each of us. Jesus was one with spirit and thereby discovered the Christ power within. The discovery that Jesus made over 2,000 years ago is still relevant today. The same infinite mind that was in Jesus is in us. And Jesus was aware of that resource within. We can also awaken and use the limitless creative power within us. Is there a creative project that you are making? Maybe you're crocheting an afghan, building a planner for the next planting season, stringing beads for a necklace, writing a song. What is something you might want to create to share your soul with the world? Tapping into our creative power within enhances our creative expression in so many ways. It provides a deeper well of inspiration that fosters new ideas and perspectives. It allows more genuine expression, aligning our creative work with our true selves. Awareness of our divine nature heightens intuition, and it guides our creative decisions, helps us trust instincts during the creative process. It creates a state of flow where creativity flows effortlessly, and drawing from a creative power within can be as healing as personal experiences are transformed into art. Connecting to the sacred within can bring a sense of purpose to our creative work, making the project more meaningful. So how is your Christ nature a resource for you as you work on your next project? Maybe a divine quality comes to mind as you're working on that. And you may notice spiritual qualities such as goodness and love and patience, wisdom, strength, power, imagination, or faith. Your resources of divine spirit meet your every need. During the week, I'd like you just to kind of pay attention to what's going on inside when you draw from your inner resource. How do you see your goodness shining through and being woven into your creative project? A reverend recently told me that when we create something, our loving energy is transformed into that project. And this week, I invite you to give thought to how you are experiencing the goodness of others. I have some lovely beads, and they represent the 12 powers, and it was made for me by one of our chaplains, Donna Lynn. Then the middle bead says, I love you. And through this beautiful creative gift, I experience the goodness, the Christ within, Donna Lynn. So how are you experiencing the goodness of others? I experience the goodness of others when I receive a hug from a loved one. I experience the goodness of others when I see our beautiful courtyard, There are beautiful lawns that have been worked on, the flower pots that have been planted. I experience the goodness of the people that put their energy into that. There are so many ways that we experience the goodness of others. We co-create with Spirit through the use of our minds and thoughts. New ideas are like tender shoots sprouting from a seed. They need nurturing and time to grow into their potential. As we co-create with Spirit, we will experience the unfolding of our ideas and the realization of our dreams. In co-creating with Spirit, we live life creatively. Our co-founder, Charles Fillmore, emphasized the importance of ideas when he wrote, "The starting point of every form in the universe is an idea. And by recognizing our ideas as this starting point, we have planted them in the fertile soil of our minds. We can nurture ideas and form divine substance into our realized dreams through the power of our minds. Our thoughts are so creative and powerful. The law of mind action, or thoughts held in mind, produce after their kind, is our third unity principle. And the law of mind shapes and forms our experiences, our lives, and our world, and we use our thoughts, feelings, and desires and our imagination to shape and form our ideas into creative expression. Monty Roberts was the son of a horse trainer who traveled to stables, racetracks, and farms, ranches to train horses. His son's education was interrupted by constant traveling, and Monty was asked to write a paper in his senior year about what he wanted to do someday. He wrote in great detail about his goal to own a horse ranch. He even drew a picture of it, had it real clear in his head. He drew a 200-acre ranch with the location of the buildings, stables, and a 4,000-square-foot house. The teacher assigned a grade F for the paper telling the boy that the dream was unrealistic for a boy like him who had no money or resources. The teacher would reconsider the grade if the boy would rewrite the paper with a more realistic goal. The boy told the teacher to keep the F, and he would keep his dream. The boy grew up and created his dream. He owns a 200-acre horse ranch and lives in a 4,000-square-foot house. He has an equine-assisted retreats and programs for law enforcement, firefighters, veterans, and youth. Monty framed the school paper he had written and hung it over his fireplace. He said the best part of the story is that the school teacher from many years ago brought his current class to camp on his property, on his ranch. And as the school teacher left, he admitted to Monty that he had been a dream stealer when he was a young school teacher. He congratulated Monty for having enough belief in his dreams not to give up on them. So have you ever had a dream that you envisioned in such detail? Use your power of imagination, visualizing and feeling your response to achieving your goal. See yourself feeling successful. Open yourself to receive the ways in which you can use your thoughts, your imagination, your mindful attention to bring your dream into manifestation. Think constructive thoughts that will add form and dimension to your ideas, bringing your dreams into physical form. The fourth principle, prayer is creative thinking that heightens the connection with God and mind, and therefore brings forth wisdom, healing, prosperity, and everything good. It is the communication from your individual mind to the universal mind, plugging into the source of life. Divine Spirit is love, joy, peace, and we realize these qualities in prayer through raising our consciousness so that we can accept them. They are ours. our birthright as a child of God. We raise our awareness of divine spirit through prayer and mindfully opening ourselves to spirit. Prayer draws out of our inner self the ideas and the strength that we need, and through prayer we keep in touch with the constant flow of divine ideas. Meditation is listening to spirit. Co-founder of Unity, Charles Fillmore, spent many hours a day in the silence for guidance and renewal and the experience of oneness. The silence stills the activity of our thoughts so that the still, small voice of spirit may be heard. It was during one of these moments, actually, that Charles received the name of this movement, Unity. There are a variety of ways that prayer and meditation provide solutions. Ideas may flash into our minds, or they may be conveyed to us through the words of other people, books, songs. When we are mindful, we may intuit answers from within, as well as recognize signs being given for guidance from our physical world. It's important to get still and listen, giving ourselves the opportunity to experience the flow of creative ideas. A few months ago, I was thinking about our church's celebration for the World Labyrinth Day. And I wanted to find a way that everybody could enjoy that meditation. It's a beautiful meditation. But I realized that some people would feel more comfortable to be seated when they do the meditation. So I was thinking about what can I do as a solution for that as I went into prayer and meditation. And then during my spiritual practice, I thought about a solution. An idea just kind of flashed into my mind of using something like prayer beads. And so I received the idea to maybe check and see if there was a special bead that was made that looks like a labyrinth. And there was. I was able to get a few of those, and we made some beautiful, we call them labyrinth beads, for people to use as they were meditating from a seated position. So I feel like there are many ways as we go into our prayer and meditation, we look for solution that they come to us. And sometimes for me, they come to me while I'm in prayer and meditation, and sometimes later in the day or the next few days. I hear something, I happen to meet someone, I read something that brings that solution to me. Our Unity co-founders, Myrtle and Charles Fillmore, had 3 sons. Their oldest son, Lowell Fillmore, wrote a poem about the importance of sitting in the stillness. It's titled The Answer. When for a purpose I had prayed and prayed and prayed, until my words seemed worn and bare with arduous use. And I had knocked and asked and knocked and asked again. And all my fervor and persistence brought no hope. I paused to give my weary brain a rest and ceased my anxious human cry. And in that still moment, after self had tried and failed, there came a glorious vision of God's power. And lo, my prayer was answered in that hour. There is never a moment in your life when the guidance you desire or the creative ideas you need are not present within you. Through the projection of the energy of prayer, you become spirit in action. Our 5th unity principle is knowing and understanding the laws of life, also called truth, are not enough. A person must also live the truth that he or she knows. And it's through thoughts, words, and actions that we live the truth we know. Our thoughts are powerful. And it's when they lead us into action that we realize their full power. Thoughts and words are part of how we co-create with spirit. However, the creative process is not complete if we do not take action in the outer world. Our co-founder of Unity, Myrtle Fillmore, wrote, "It is through us that God expresses his ideas, his blessings, and brings forth unmanifest good in the forms in which we use it. In co-creation, we must follow through with action. We must do something with what we know. Our lives must reflect the inner change. We put feet on our prayers. Having received the guidance we were seeking, we then speak the word and then we act upon it. This is the way we cooperate with the universe, with Spirit. This is how we do our part. Spirit can and will reveal to us the way if we sincerely ask, seek, and knock. Spirit can show us the path, but we must take the steps and walk that path. Angelica Village is one of the nonprofits that Unity on the Avenue contributes to quarterly. It is a home, a family, and a community of over 100 people. Renata Herberton was the founder and executive director of Angelica Village, and she describes it as an intentional community in which people with similar goals and interests reside. It includes youth, adults, and families in the United States, as well as people from around the world. Many have found Angelica Village as they settle as refugees, and others come through other local nonprofits, serving families and youth experiencing homelessness. Renata has invited our spirit groups a couple of times to come to one of their community dinners, just to learn more about their program and meet their residents. And we've taken boxes of vegetables and canned goods and grooming items, different things to share with their community. And then we contributed some dishes for the community dinner. As our group of about 30 joined in a circle for grace, led by Jay, who is the co-founder, she stated an important motto of Angelica Village. She held out one hand, palms down, and said, "We give what we can." And she held her other palm up, stating, "We receive what we need." We sat at a table with a family the time that I went. They were from Iran, and they talked about their journey for the last year and a half. A lot of it was pretty dangerous in order to get to Angelica Village. And I also talked to a young man who said that he came to America when he was a teenager. His parents had passed, and he was looking for some assistance. And Renata helped him with education, a place to stay. She helped him with job search. She helped him find an apartment. But he said this community was like a family for him. And even though he now lived in his apartment off this campus, he came back because that was his family. As a young person, Renata had dreamed of creating this community. Belonging, engagement, and inclusion within a safe, supportive social network brought outcomes for those involved. She believes that it is essential to support one another to reach our potential. We live the truth we know, and Spirit creates through us. If we live this truth, we express our creative ideas that come to us. In addition to fulfilling our personal desires and dreams, we are called to express our potential and live our dreams for an even larger purpose. It's to be God's avenue of expression and to bless the world with what is uniquely ours to give, revealing a transformative inner experience that then enriches our outer lives and the world around us. So let's take these thoughts into a meditation. I just invite you to relax, get comfortable in your chair. Let it support you in a comfortable position. Breathe in a few deep breaths. And with each exhalation, just release any tension or concerns from your morning. Breathe gently and easily, noticing the rhythm of your breath. We quiet our minds and become still, aligning our hearts and minds with Spirit. We are open and willing for Spirit to create through us. Divine Spirit, Creator of the universe, is present in and all around us. The beauty of nature, the smile of a stranger, the sounds of the ocean. It is the oneness of all, and we have a reverence for all that Divine Spirit has created. Each one of us is an awe-inspiring creation of spirit, uniquely designed to create. There has never been anyone like you, nor will there ever be. Your gifts to the world are so very special because they are from your heart and soul. All that we create emanates from the light that is within us. My true essence is of Divine Spirit. I am inherently good. I ask, seek, and knock, and in the silence, I listen for divine guidance. As you return to this room, begin to hear the sounds around you. Gently stretch. You can open your eyes when you're ready. We are so grateful, sweet Spirit, for the limitless creative power within us. We are willing to express our creative ideas and live the truth we know. And so it is. Amen.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. We are one now, we are one now, we are one now, we are one.
So now is the time for our offertory blessing, and we ask that whatever you contribute to Unity on the Avenue, know that we are so very thankful that whatever you offer to this community helps to keep the lights on, and we appreciate that. But I always feel like what you bring is so much more than that. What you bring is your energy and your love, and we are so very appreciative of that. So join me in our offertory. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
We can't change a problem when we're stuck in its quicksand. Arm in arm, sinking deeper if we don't see a bigger plan. Be you and now, be the glory of life, standing tall. Be the change, be the power of a new dawn. This is where we start. This is where we start, where we start, where we start. Yeah. Will you remember your greatness above your demise? Will you remember the truth instead of all the lies? Will you remember what's right about you instead of what's falling apart? This is where we make change from. This is where we start, where we start, where we start. Yeah. Be you now. Be the glory of life standing tall. Be the change. Be the power of a new dawn. This is where we start, where we start, where we start.
We could do our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am that light. The love of God enfolds us. I am that love. The power of God protects us. I am that power. The presence of God watches over us. I am that presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And Rebecca has a special song for us. Let's listen to that, and I hope you'll join us for lunch afterwards downstairs. So thank you.
Life can have a funny way of building you up and taking you down. But life is never against you. It's like a magic mirror. It helps you see and has your back. You're beautiful in the light. You're beautiful in the light. Stay beautiful in your light. You're beautiful. Your tears and your laughter and everything in between can give you information of what and where you want to be. But the presence where you get to be free. You're beautiful in the light. You're beautiful in the light. Stay beautiful in your light. You're beautiful. joy. There's nothing that can ruin your day. You get to make the choice. This is your moment to find a way. You're beautiful in the light. You're beautiful in the light. Stay beautiful in your light. You're beautiful. Thank you.